If you want to up your videos of photography creation, it's 90% of the time more about lighting than about the camera, the composition, or the lenses. Flat window light,
Gray,
weather, white walls, no shape, no direction. And the annoying part is that even simple lighting can make this way better. But for a 10 seconds clip or for a reel, you just don't want to bother with big lights, extension cords, softboxes, C-stands, and so forth. So today I want to use this tiny light, the Zhiyun MOLUS X100 RGB, to show how I actually work with lighting when I'm filming quick videos, trying to make quick videos look more intentional. Not by building a full studio setup, but by making lighting easy enough that I actually use it. I was sent this light by Zhiyun. I haven't received any money, and all I'm saying in this video are my own thoughts about the product here. This is the kind of light you could use if you just wanted to film something quickly without thinking too much about it. All is lit by the windows behind me, so it's totally natural light. It works, but it is not great at all. And right now I'm just using myself as an example. This could be filming anything else or taking photos of anything else. This is the Zhiyun MOLUS X100 RGB. It's a small 100 watt RGB light, and I also have the spotlight attachment. And I'm not going to spend this whole video reading specs because honestly that is not the most interesting part. The interesting part is whether a light this small can actually make lighting feel less annoying. Because if it is easy to bring, easy to move, and quick to set up, then maybe you will actually use it more. And that might be the real value. So we just saw this scene before with the available light. And again, it was not unusable, but it really didn't have any direction. So what I'm doing here is just adding the Zhiyun light as the key light with the small softbox attachment. And this is already more intentional. By using an ND filter, I can cut down the light on the background, making it not overexposed. And I can set the light with the Zhiyun light on me to match the exposure, making the scene much more controllable. And it's shaping some shadows on my face to add some drama and intention on the look I'm trying to create. Perhaps it's not the most crazy transformation, but now the light has some direction. There is way more shape on the face. The background feels way less flat, and the image feels way more like I actually made a choice about how I wanted it to look. And that is the kind of difference that I'm talking about. Not cinematic magic, just less boring and more interesting. But here is the thing. In my normal YouTube setup, my studio, this is not where a light like this gives you value, I think. Because if you always film in the same place, you can just leave a bigger light setup as it is. And to be honest, that might be way cheaper. Where a small portable light like this gives you value and makes much more sense is when you want to shoot somewhere else. Another room, a location, an event, a client shoot, or simply just a short quick video. And that is usually where I don't bother moving my whole lighting setup around. And the best light is not always the biggest light. Sometimes it's the light that you actually bother to use. And instead of just staying in the same room, this is where I think that a light like this actually becomes way more useful and interesting. Because this is closer to a real situation. You're not in your normal setup, you're somewhere else. And the light is just whatever it is. Overhead lights, mixed color temperatures, a background that is brighter than the person, or just a boring flat light. And this is a situation where most creators perhaps just accept it as it is and move on. But if you can bring one small continuous light, you suddenly have much more control. And that is where it starts to make much more sense. Now this is the part that is perhaps more interested for many of you, because the spotlight attachment, I've used small lights with spotlight effects before, and I've talked about those here on the channel. And I really like the look you can get out of a spotlight. It is one of the fastest way to make a boring clip look more designed. But the problem with very small lights is often output. The effect can look nice, but sometimes the light is just not strong enough to really shape the scene. With a 100 watt light, the spotlights becomes a lot more useful. Not every shot needs it, but when you have a boring object in a boring room, this can very quickly make it look more interesting. And again, this goes for both video and photography. The X100 is also RGB, and that can be useful. But I want to be honest about this. If All you need is a small colored background light. You probably do not need a 100 watt light. A smaller and cheaper RGB light can often do that job. So I would not say the main reason to get something like this is just to make your wall blue. For me, the RGB is more useful because it is part of a more versatile light. It can be a key light, it can be a hard light, it can be a spotlight, it can be a location interview light, and then if you need color, it can also do that. So the RGB is a nice asset to have, but the real value is versatility. So I've shot most of this video inside, and that is perhaps a bit lazy because of course where this light is really useful as well is if you take it outside. And I've talked about a shot I did for Walt sometimes before because I was shooting video in and around Copenhagen and I didn't bring any light, especially because the weather was really bad, so it might not have worked either way. But it made it really hard to shoot video outside in the city because we didn't bring a light. When we were setting up interviews, we had to use the shadows and the lights in around the city as it was, and it would have been a lot more easier to bring a small light your subject and do the interview in the area where you actually wanted to do it. But of course, this is also where expectations matter, because a 100 watt light is not going to change the world around you. And it is definitely not going to overpower the sun at noon on a summer day. And of course, you can always use a light like this for detailed shots and for adding a bit of shape when the light is flat. The light also comes with a small Fresnel that you can attach to it to get some more output. I haven't used it outside, but I've used it inside just to bounce the light off the wall and using the Fresnel to get a little bit more punch, making the use of a softbox a little less important in these situations. So what do I actually like about it? First, of course, the size. This is the kind of light that I will bring with me because it doesn't really take up a lot of space. Second, the output. A tiny light with 100 watts of power is really useful. It has its limitations, but it gives you a lot of room to work than if you didn't carry a light. Third, the spotlight attachment. For me, this is what makes it more creatively interesting. It lets me shape the light instead of just making things brighter. And fourth, the flexibility. For talking heads, short videos, product shots, YouTube B-roll, small interviews and darker locations, this can solve a lot of small lighting problems. And as I said, if you just want a dark background lit by RGB colors, then perhaps this is overkill. You could use something smaller and something cheaper for that. The only real limitations for the creative use of this light is the battery. It doesn't last that long. It lasts around 30 to 40 minutes on full power. You can plug it into a V-mount battery, but you probably need some sort of accessory if you want to use all 100 watts out of the V-mount. But it is definitely possible to use this if you have the right gear. So the value is not that this does one small thing better than everything else. The value is that it does many useful things in a portable package. And I will be honest, I am still a little bit shy about walking around and setting up light in public. So I'm not trying to pretend that I'm suddenly going to light up half of Copenhagen with this thing. But the principles still apply. And if I am on a location doing a client job, of course, this is really useful. So does this fix your boring videos? Honestly, yes, but not because it magically makes everything cinematic. It fixes something more practical. It removes friction. And I think that is a real reason to use a portable light like this and why this has a lot of value. For me, that is the best argument for the Zhiyun MOLUS X100 RGB. Not that it replaces every other light, but that it is small enough, powerful enough, and flexible enough that you might actually bring it and use it. And that is how I think you can fix your boring videos. If you want more practical gear tips for photographers and creators, please make sure to subscribe to the channel. It really means a lot to me and it helps me out quite a lot, so thank you. YouTube wants you to watch this video next, so you might want to try that one out. If not, then all that's left to say is I will see you around and
I'm the biggest in the game, I'm the one they talk about. Everybody know my name, my resume is loud.